What's up everybody, JBM Designs. Today I'll be working on my first embroidery job. So today I'll be embroidering on a 6-panel structured cap. I'm only going to be embroidering one. I bought 3 of them just in case I messed up one of them. But the customer only wanted one and I took the job so I can get, more practice in. So what I'm going to do first is I need to get the machine set up, and I'm going to bring you in close to try to show you exactly what I'm doing to get it set up for caps. Now before I trace it, I actually did some test samples of this design, and this is pretty much what I will be putting on the hat. It is somebody that wanted something specifically for them for Southside Richmond, but this is the size that I'm going for. I actually, if you can see all of these, I did a lot of test stitches, which they all came out to be patches, but they were all too small. So this is the size I ended up going with. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to try to find a center crease, fold in half, and I'm going to get some tape and just place this right on the hat where I would want this to go. Now that I got my design taped up here, I can go in here and trace it. What I'm looking for is to make sure the crosshairs for the lasers do not come close to either that metal strap that goes across the bill of the hat, and it is centered. Now that I traced it, I'm pretty much ready to stitch it out, but first I got to remove this design. Alright, so the hat actually came out pretty good so far. I don't have to do hat number 2 because I messed up this one. But the real test is about to come where I have to embroider the back. And I say the real test is about to happen because I did the digitizing myself. It's just basic text, but still. I did it myself and I had to try to arc it just perfectly. I actually have a sample right here that's supposed to go over the back, and just by looking at it, it looks like it's going to work out, but we'll see. All right, here's the thing. I already went ahead and I hooped my frame, but I did it off camera because I wanted to focus on the hooping rather than the recording of the process, because the truth is I've already broke 2 needles on this machine, and the sound of breaking your needle and then the error messages that come up and not knowing what to do when it comes up is like, you know, on your inside you cry a little bit and then you kind of die a little bit. That's how bad it feels when I broke those 2 needles on this machine. I was devastated because I didn't know what to do. However, I got a great technician, called him up, and he pretty much walked me through the process. Easy. But what I got to do for this, since it's already hooped, I got to swap out this hat frame, put on my tubular or my flats frame so I can do this, as well as adjust the settings in the system. So I'm gonna go ahead and get that set up and stitch something in the back. Now, one feature on this machine that I thought was very handy is the design position adjustment. That is, if you hoop something and it's not perfectly straight, like I'm looking at this hat and it's kind of angled, I can actually use the design position adjustment and use my XY axis, do like a little crosshair on my actual hat and line it up so that when that actually stitches, it stitches straight. So that's what I'm gonna need to do for this hooping, because the hat is kind of in here crooked. So, and I'm also using this Chaco Ace White A to kind of mark on the hat. I guess it's an air erasable marker. Alright, so now I got my design position adjusted. I can go in, set my needle color, which I need to change it from gray to white. Now that's set. Now I can go in and trace my design. Make sure I'm not going to hit the hoop, because that's how I broke my needle the first time. Alright, so I got my trace. It looks like I'm clear from the edge of the hooping area. Kind of nervous to hit start, but here we go. Alright, so I got it done. It doesn't look like I messed it up. I can see that. So I just need to trim it, clean it up, and yeah, I didn't mess up a person's hat. Alright guys, so there you go. This is my first cap on the Tajima. I'd say it came out pretty good. I mean, this is the design the customer wanted. If you can see that, focus on that. Then I also did it on the back, cleaned it up. I think it turned out pretty good. You know, the arc, if you're really paying attention, or you know, it's not perfectly aligned with that. However, it you don't really notice that. So now that I'm done with this, I can take this and put it back in the cap. I was using some tearaway stabilizer. I'm not really sure if I showed any of that on the video right now, but I did use it on the front and the back, and there you go. That's my first job with my embroidery machine. Alright guys, that's it for this one. I got 2 extra caps to play with. But if you like the video, hit the thumbs up. Please subscribe if you're not subscribed already. You know, as always, be yourself, be your best. I'm JBM, and I'm out.